welcome students. In the last video lecture, I had explained you question number 3, 4 and 5 of exercise 2.1. Okay, now in this video lecture, I am going to continue with the same exercise, that is 2.1, question number 6. So let us read the question number 6. Obtain an inclusive continuous frequency distribution from the following data. It means over here whatever the data that has been given to you, from that you have to obtain the inclusive data. Now again revising what is inclusive and exclusive. Exclusive data, it means when the upper limit of the first class and the lower limit of its succeeding class are same, then it is called exclusive class. But when they are not same, then it is called inclusive class. Okay, so here we have to obtain the inclusive frequency distribution. So first of all, the question is clear. Now what is the data given to you in the question? That is lower boundary point or more than that. Lower boundary point, it means more than type frequency is given to you. In the last video lecture, I had explained you how to find less than type cumulative frequency and more than type cumulative frequency. See over here, directly frequency has not been given to you. Over here, cumulative frequency has been given to you. And which type of cumulative frequency it is? More than type. Because the total frequency that is coming in the first one cumulative frequency, that is 500. So it is more than type. And also you can identify in more than type, we have to find greater than or equal to lower boundary point. That is LBP, right? So over here from that we can identify that whatever the cumulative frequency that has been given to you, that is more than type cumulative frequency. Okay. So first of all, this lower boundary point, whatever has been given to you, we have to convert them into classes. And one thing, make it sure whatever the classes would come, that would be less than the number of lower boundary point, one less than. See over here there are 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 2, 8 lower boundary points are given to you. And number of classes, as you can see on the board, I have done the calculation, that would be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Already we discussed that compared to the classes given, the lower boundary point or the upper boundary point that we'll find, in order to find the less than type or more than type, that would be one more compared to the number of classes. Okay, so over here the frequency has been given to you, more than type cumulative frequency has been given to you. From that more than type you have to find the classes. So always it would be less 1 compared to the cumulative frequency that has been given to you. Okay, now how to find the classes? Your lower boundary point of the first class that is given to you 44.5, then afterwards 49.5, then 54.5. Okay, so we'll do the classes in this way. You can see on the board that is 44.5 to 49.5. Second one, that is 49.5 to 54.5, and so on, will make the classes. Now whatever the classes you will be getting by this way, that would be exclusive classes. Yes or no? Yes. The reason, because the upper limit of the first class and the lower limit of the succeeding class that are same. If they are coming same, then it is called exclusive classes. Here in the question it has been asked to obtain the inclusive frequency distribution. So first we'll find the classes, and that classes are coming by exclusive. To convert that exclusive class into inclusive class, students, in the previous video lectures I had explained you how to convert inclusive frequency distribution into exclusive. Right? Over here the opposite situation is there. Here we have to convert exclusive data into inclusive. Okay. So opposite it would be, while converting, again repeating, to remember this point, and if required write it in your notebooks also. To convert inclusive frequency distribution into exclusive frequency distribution, we have to minus 0.5 from the lower limit and plus 0.5 from the upper limit. Okay, but opposite situation, that is to convert exclusive data into inclusive classes, you have to do the opposite. That is lower limit you have to plus 0.5, and in upper limit that you have to minus 0.5. Okay, so do remember it, and wherever required in notebook you note down this rule, what to do in case of conversion of inclusive to exclusive and exclusive to inclusive. Okay. Now over here, all the data that has classes that we have found that is exclusive. In order to convert it into inclusive, we have to plus 0.5 in the lower limit and minus 0.5 in the upper limit. Okay, so over here you can see 44.5, that is the lower limit. So 44.5 plus 0.5, that would come to 45, and the upper limit, that is 49.5. From 49.5 minus 0.5 that I will be doing, then it would come to 49. And same way, second class also, plus 0.5, so it would come to 50, and minus 0.5 in the upper limit, so it would come to 54, and so on. I have not shown all the calculations because you can easily understand from the first two classes how to find the how to find the inclusive classes of all the subsequent classes. Okay, so in that way I have found all the classes. After finding the classes, we have to find the frequency. See students, in the question it is given to you cumulative frequency, that is more than type cumulative frequency. From that more than type cumulative frequency, we have to find the original frequency. In the last video lecture, we have understood how to find the cumulative frequency, whether it may be more than type or less than type, from the frequency that has been given to you. Here opposite has been asked. Here from the more than type cumulative frequency, you have to find the original frequency. Okay, so the starting value that has been given to cumulative frequency, that is 500. So in case of more than type, we are knowing we have to subtract, right? So each and every subsequent cumulative frequency will be subtracting and we'll get the original frequency. So the first value of cumulative frequency you can see in your textbook also, that is 500. So 500 minus 470 would come to 30. Okay, then afterwards 470 is the second cumulative frequency, minus third one, that is 390, you will get 80. Then afterwards 390 minus 290. Consequently, you will subtract the cumulative frequency from the subsequent classes. Then you will get the original frequency. And at the end, you have to verify what would be the total coming. Always the total of the frequency, that should be coming to the total cumulative frequency. That should be coming to the highest cumulative frequency. Here you can see the maximum cumulative frequency, that is 500. Okay, so same value of frequency that should be coming. It means your answer of frequency, that is original frequency, whichever you have found out, that is correct one. Okay. So this was the way how to convert more than type cumulative frequency into original frequency. Okay, clear this sum? Again repeating. First of all, there were exclusive classes. Exclusive classes we have converted into inclusive classes, and over here the more than type cumulative frequency was given. From that more than type we have converted and found out the original frequency, and always the total of original frequency, that should be equal to the last value of cumulative frequency. Over here the first value, because it is more than type. If it was less than type, then the last value should be equal. Over here in case of more than type, the first value of cumulative frequency, that is 500. Same total of frequency should come, that is 500. So our answer is correct. Okay, so we have completed 6th sum. Now moving on to the 7th sum. So let us read question number 7. Obtain an exclusive continuous frequency distribution from the following data. Over here the opposite has been asked. In the 6th sum we have found the inclusive frequency distribution. Over here we have to find the exclusive frequency distribution. Okay, so over here first of all the less than weight that has been given to you, that is 30 to 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 up to 70. Okay, and the cumulative frequency also, over here cumulative frequency is given to you. Now whatever the cumulative frequency that has been given to you, you can see the first cumulative frequency that is given to you, that is 0. Okay, and already in the last video lecture also I clearly specified that if it is less than type cumulative frequency, then always the first value, that would be 0. Okay, and if it is more than type cumulative frequency, then always the first value will be the total amount of frequency. Okay, over here it is less than type, so it is starting with 0. Now you can see there are the classes that I have found out, that is 30 to 35, 35 to 40 and so on. Now these are which type of classes that we have got, that is exclusive classes. The reason, the upper limit of the first class and the lower limit of the succeeding class, that are same. If they are same, then it is exclusive frequency distribution. And also in the question it has been asked to obtain the exclusive frequency distribution. So we don't need to convert it into inclusive. So as it is, we'll put the classes. Okay, now after finding the classes, the next step you have to find the original frequency. Whatever the frequency that has been given to you, that is less than type cumulative frequency. From that we have to convert to original frequency. Okay, here we have understood how to convert more than type cumulative frequency into original frequency. In this sum we'll learn how to convert less than type cumulative frequency into original frequency. Okay, so first value, see, it has been given to you 0. Okay, and the second value of cumulative frequency that is given to you, that is 17. Okay, so 17 minus 0 is equal to 17. It means from the second cumulative frequency you will subtract the first one. In the same way, from the third you will subtract the second one. From the fourth you will subtract the third one. From the fifth you will subtract the fourth one, and so on. Okay, so over here 17 minus 0 is equal to 17. Then afterwards 25 minus 17, so 8. 40 minus 25, so 15. 48 minus 40, so 8. 54 minus 48 is equal to 6. 57 minus 54 is equal to 3. 59 minus 57 is equal to 2. And last one, 60 minus 59 is equal to 1. And the total of the frequency that comes to 60. You can see the last cumulative frequency, that is 60. Already I told that in case of less than type cumulative frequency, whatever the last value comes of cumulative frequency, that is equal to the total amount of frequency. Okay, so over here you can see the total of frequency, that is 60, and the last value of less than type cumulative frequency is also 60. So this is the way in which we have to convert the less than type cumulative frequency into original frequency. And already the classes were in exclusive, so no need to convert the classes. So this was the two sums that are totally opposite of each other. So we have completed 6th sum and 7th sum. Now moving on to question number 8. Okay, let us read question number 8. Mid values that has been given to you, frequency and class length has been given to you. Now till now you are given the less than type or more than type cumulative frequency. Over here the frequency directly has been given to you, but over here no lower boundary point or upper boundary point has not been given to you, but mid values has been given to you. From the mid values you have to find the lower boundary point and upper boundary point. Okay, so first of all, moving on to the calculation, you can see on the board I had already applied the formula, and if even we have learned these two formulas in the previous video lecture, you can refer the textbook also, it has been mentioned in it. That is lower limit, the mid value is given to you and you have to find the lower limit and upper limit of any particular class. Then the formula that is to be applied, that is lower limit is equal to mid value minus half of class length, and upper limit is equal to mid value plus half of class length. Again revising, lower limit is equal to mid value minus half of class length, and upper limit is equal to mid value plus half of class length. Lower limit minus and upper limit plus, otherwise the formula remains the same for both. Okay, so this formula will be applied only and only when mid values has been given to you in the question, and from that mid value you have to find the lower limit and upper limit. Okay, so you can see first I have found out mid value. First mid value you can see in the question that is given to you, 8th question, that is 25. Okay, so mid value, that is 25 minus half of class length. Now class length is also given to you in the question, that is 50. So multiply by 50, half of 50, that would come to 25. Okay, so 25 minus 25 would come to 0. Next one, in the same way we will find the upper limit of the same class. Upper limit, that is mid value 25 plus half of class length, half of 50, that would come to 25. 25 plus 25 would come to 50. So the first class that would be coming, that is 0 to 50. 0 to 50. Okay, in the same way we will find the lower limit and upper limit of each and every class. The reason for finding the value of lower limit and upper limit of each and every class is there because over here the class length is not equal. You can see the first class length, that is 50. Then afterwards the second class length that is given to you 110. Then afterwards 140. It means same class length is not maintained. If the same class length would have been maintained, then only finding the first class, then we'll be adding the class length. Suppose over here 50 was the class length for all, then what would we have done? 0 to 50, then afterwards 50 to 100, 100 to 150 and so on. But here the class length is differing for each and every class. That's why we have to find the lower limit and upper limit for each and every class. Okay. So second class also I found out over here, lower limit, again formula I have not written, that is mid value minus half of class length. Second mid value that is given to you 105, you can see in the question. 105 minus half of class length is also given to you, that is 110. Okay, so half of 110 that would come to 55. So 105 minus 55 would come to 50. In the same way, upper limit, that is 105 plus 55, it would come to 160. So the second class that we have got, that is 52 160. Okay, in the same way you have to find, I have not shown the calculation of all the classes, but from these two calculations you can easily understand how to find the lower limit and upper limit of the subsequent classes. Okay, so in that way I have got the value of all the classes. First class that came, that is 0 to 50, 50 to 160, 160 to 300, 300 to 500, 500 to 800, 800 to 1000. It means for each and every class, in order to find lower limit and upper limit, you have to apply these two formulas. For lower limit, that is mid value minus half of class length, and for upper limit, that is mid value plus half of class length. So this way you have to just find the classes, and frequency is already given to you in the question. So just you have to place against each of the classes and get the total of it, that is 250. Okay. So here new point that we had studied, that from the mid value how to find the lower limit and upper limit. Okay. First sum, that is sixth sum that we had learned how to find the more than type cumulative frequency to original frequency. In the seventh sum that we had learned, that is from less than type cumulative frequency, how to find the original frequency. And in the eighth sum that we had learned how to find the lower limit and upper limit from the mid value of each class. Okay, so we have completed three sums till now. Last sum, that is 10th sum I am doing now today. Question 9th, you have to try it in your homework. Okay, so let's move on to the question number 10th. Let us read the question number 10. From the following data, obtain class boundary points from the class limits and write the frequency distribution. From the following data, obtain class boundary points. Over there, their classes have been given to you. You have to find the class boundary points from the class limits. Whatever the class limits have been given to you, from that you have to find the class boundary points and write the frequency distribution. Okay, so understood the question? The classes have been given to you, the frequency has been given to you. So let us move on to the calculation. You can see 10th question I have written over here, last one. That is, first of all, I found out the lower boundary. What has been asked in the question? To find the class boundary point. Now, class boundary point means lower boundary point and upper boundary point. Already I have explained this two formula in the previous video lectures. Again, you will be revising in this sum. That is, lower boundary point is equal to lower limit of that class plus upper limit of previous class. Lower limit of that class plus upper limit of previous class divided by 2. In the same way, upper boundary point. To find upper boundary point, we have to take upper limit of that class plus lower limit of succeeding class. Okay, divide by 2. So by that formula, we'll find the lower boundary point and upper boundary point of each and every class. Okay. Over here I have shown the first class for you. Lower limit of class. Suppose I have taken in the data, whatever the classes has been given to you, I have taken the second class. What is the second class that has been given to you? That is 1.5 to 1.975. Yes or no? Second class that has been given to you, that is 1.5 to 1.975. So what is the lower limit of this class? That is 1.5. So 1.5 plus upper limit of previous class. What is the previous class of this class? That is 1.475. Upper limit of the previous class. So upper limit of previous class, that would be 1.475. Divide by 2. While adding this 2 and divide by 2, you will get the value, that is 1.4875. Okay. And the same way we will find the upper boundary point. What is the formula to find upper boundary point? That is upper limit of class. Upper limit of this class is 1.975. So here I have placed 1.975 plus lower limit of succeeding means next class after this class. What will be the lower limit of the succeeding class? That is 2. The third class you can see that is the lower limit of that class is 2. So I have placed over here plus 2 divide by 2. So 1.975 plus 2, it would come to 3.975 divide by 2 you will be doing, then you will get the value that is 1.9875. It means you have got the new class boundary points of the second class. That is, you can see I have shown the calculation over here. I have written over here the answer, that is the second class. Now I have written 1.4875 to 1.9875. I have not written this value. Or in the question it is given to you second class, that is 1.5 minus 1.975. I have written the value that is 1.4875 to 1.9875. So from that you can make out that what would be the class limit. Class limit, how to find out the class limit? That is upper boundary point minus lower boundary point. Okay, so upper boundary point, that is 1.9875, and lower boundary point, that is 1.4875. You will subtract these two values, that is 1.9875 minus 1.4875, then you will get 0.5. It means the class limit, that is 0.5. Okay, right. Now, whatever it being exclusive classes, right? So, whatever the lower limit of this class, the upper limit of its previous class would also come the same. So, I have written over here 1.4875. Subtracting from it 0.5, I will get 0.9875. In the same way, 1.9875. So, next class, a lower limit also would come 1.9875. 1.9875 plus 0.5, so it would come to 2.4875. Same value would be the lower limit, so 2.4875 plus 0.5, it would come to 2.9875. So by getting the value of the second class, you can find the value of the lower boundary point and the upper boundary point of all the classes, since the class limit is equal, that is 0.5. Okay, so in this way we have found all the classes, and the frequency has already been given to you in the question, that is as it is I have put, that is 5, 10, 20, 20, 10 and 5, and just the total that I have placed over here, that is 17. Okay, so in this sum we have found out how to find the lower boundary point and upper boundary point in case of the classes that has been given to you, and how to find the class limit by subtracting the upper boundary point and lower boundary point. So all the 4 different sums that I have taught you today, that are totally different from each other, so do revise it again from the video lecture and practice it in your notebooks. In the next video lecture, we'll be understanding the tabulation form of representation of data. Till then, goodbye. Keep practicing. Stay blessed.